Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Kicker Podcast brought to you by Kicker Labs. As always, live from the beautiful city of Oceanside. My name is Victor V, joined by my brothers Bruce, Osai Lance, and producer in the back, Louis Lope. So Louis not going to be on camera. Piccolo's out. But regardless, we got a badass episode. We got Camden in the house. He's going to be our special guest for tonight's episode. So Camden, thank you so much for kicking it, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we've been talking about this ever since we ran into you at Sound by the Sea when we had that show with Speaks, bro.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm glad it's finally happened. And it's been a minute since that too, dude.
It's been a minute. Yeah, been a couple, 3 months or something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah,
March.
when was the Speaks? It was like March,
Time
April.
flies, dude.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
more.
It's earlier this year. Earlier this year.
When was the San Diego Music Awards? When was that?
Earlier this year as well. I don't know.
It was like
Yeah.
July, and then it was like in the summer.
Yeah, it was a while ago, dog.
It was before summer, no? I don't know.
I can't remember.
Thanks.
Dude.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. There's been, schedules have been crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, going show to show, weekend to weekend, like, it just all blurs together. Do you feel like that sometimes? Like,
Yeah, absolutely, dog. Especially on tour, dog. Like,
Yeah.
you don't even know what day it is sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, let's get right into it. Everybody, if you guys don't know Camden, man, he's an amazing artist, super dope, and a really good friend of ours here at the Kicker Labs. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell people a little bit about what you do?
For sure. I'm Camden, and I make music, and primarily right now, I do that kind of soul music sort of thing. People love it here in Southern California, man, and I got a taste of that as soon as I moved over here, man. I'm from Boston, originally, 19 years, and moved over here, and that's when I got hit with the soul virus, dog.
Yeah.
And ever since then, like I fell in love with it. It's the one music I never got tired of, and so, as a music creator, I just sort of gravitated towards making that stuff,
Yeah.
and it's just felt right, and the support and the way it's been received has been just, I never would have thought that would happen. So that's pretty much.
Do you feel like with the soul music, is it super Latino centric, like a lot of Latinos, or is it like all kinds of people?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so it is all kinds of people, but I mean, in the area that we're in right now, Southern California, you really see the culture, like the primary culture around it. It's that lowrider sort of culture that kind of surrounds it,
Right.
and it's really, really just, it's a great community. I mean, I don't know. I've been wanting to go out to like some like associated cruises, like on the beach and shit like that. I've never gotten a chance to,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's like the primary culture that I see surrounding it. But it kind of stems from all sorts of cultures. African American
Right.
cultures, Hispanic cultures, and
Right.
you have your Northern soul, Eastern soul. So there's all sort of places where it originates from.
Yeah.
But like here in Southern California, that's like the main.
Right.
That's like the hot spot.
Right.
Well, it's got like a
for it.
little funk to it. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised to see it like within all the lowrider cruises and stuff
Right.
like that. So
Right.
Yeah.
was-
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry.
bad. How was your intake from that, from moving from Boston to moving on over here and experiencing that, like the whole, like, the cultural difference?
Well, man, it's like they've got none of that. There's no low riders in Boston. There's none of that. Like, the first time I saw a car with hydraulics here, I was just like,
Damn.
that's fucking sick, like, and it was just in traffic. It was here in Oceanside, you know what I'm saying? And like,
That's right.
we don't have none of that. And, like, as far as culture goes and communities, it's like, Boston has its own sort of thing, but like, you don't really see people as passionate about culture and community, I feel like, in Boston, or at least I wasn't as conscious of it when I lived there. But as soon as I came out here, I saw, what it was about, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say it was a culture shock, it wasn't shocking. It was definitely, it was kick-ass to see, like, like people get together like that and, do badass shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was definitely different. I'd never seen anything like it for Boston.
Yeah,
Right.
and it does go hand in hand, like soul music, oldies on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, Sunday mornings, cruising in that low ride, going for that cruise. It's definitely like something that the lowrider community feels on. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes hand in hand together.
Hell yeah, or like at the barbecue, bro. You know, drinking a couple Modelo's or you know whatever you want to drink. Like,
Yeah,
it's just a thing, bro. It's a vibe, you know.
definitely, man.
Yeah.
So let's get a little deeper into Camden here. So I remember a couple years ago, man, doing certain gigs, and you would pull up with GD, and GD would always like hype you, man. He's always your hype man.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, "Yo, man, you guys don't know, man. Check him out. He's gonna do some big things, man, for sure." Fast forward a couple years now. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about what you've been up to?
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of starting from probably that era with GD, my first sort of introduction to the scene was I was in a, well, let me backtrack a little bit. GD introduced me to this cat, Mikey, and he is the mind behind the establishment, Lucia Mary and stuff like that.
Shout out.
And big shout out. And one time their guitar player, you know, had COVID, and he asked me, "Hey, can you learn 10 songs by Saturday?" And it was a Wednesday. And like, you know, of course I was like, yeah, I can learn 10 songs by, you know, in 3 days. And I thought I could, but there was a part of me I was like, shit, I don't know if I can. But, you know, I did. And this fool was like, yeah, you want to jam with us? And you know, that kind of led to me joining the group. And then that sort of, the establishment sort of took over from the Lucia Mary stuff.
Yeah.
And we were doing an acoustic set up at the Funk Freak store.
Yeah.
And, you know, Mikey was like, yo, show Debo your song that you showed me. I was like, I don't know. I was like, you know, it's not like anything super serious. He's like, nah, do it. So I showed Debo. And that song is Free From You, my first single. And Debo was like, yeah, man, we have this 45 with Strangers on the A side, but the B side's an instrumental. We'd love to have you, you know, a vocal tune on the B side. It's like, okay, yeah, you know, like doing vinyl has always been something that I wanted to do since I was in Boston. And that led to the Observatory show. I think it was one of their anniversary shows. I can't remember which year it was, like 13th or 14th or whatever. But, you know, there I made connections with Diego from With Strangers, you know, shout out. He's been, you know, pivotal in my, you know, music career so far. And about a year later, I released After Circles for You and Since You've Gone Away, which I dropped those with GD on a 45 on Mid-Val Records, you know. Dope.
Shout out.
Dope.
Yeah.
Mid-Val.
Is that record right there?
Yeah, that's Mid-Val, yeah.
Yeah.
After those, I released 2 singles, and I asked Diego, I was like, hey, I got some demos. I kind of want to use your band as like a backing band, you know, sort of get closer to the sound I'm looking for, because just one man, you know, you can only do so much. And if you're trying to achieve a certain sound or a certain vibe, it definitely helps to have, you know, more hands on the project. And, you know, he was down. And then once we finished our first song, he was like, you know, gave me a few labels. He's like, do you want to release it on this label, or this label?
Damn.
And I was like, shit. And Mango Hill was one of the labels that he said. And I'd been a huge fan of Mango Hill, you know. I mean, they had people like, you know, of course, Jason, but there's like, you know, Altons were on there, Sincere, Joey Quinones was on there, Trish, Barrio Joyride, like a ton of people that just make dope fucking records. So I was like, I want to do it on this label. And like a few days later, I was in a group chat with Jason, and that you know, released my first song on Mango Hill. And shortly after, you know, I was talking with Jason, you know, we became pretty good friends, and he's like, you play guitar? I was like, yeah. And that sort of led to me becoming his guitarist in his live group. So that kind of leads up to now, you know, I'm a Mango Hill artist, playing with Jason Joshua live, which, you know, I was a fan of his since, you know, probably 2 or 3 years before I met him, you know, so it was a trip. It was a trip. And yeah, that's sort of the story how things kind of came to be. It was just person after person, you know. I couldn't have done it without these people. And GD was the first person to start that sort of connections between everybody. So it's dope to have him as the catalyst for everything, you know.
There you go.
Yeah, big shout out to GD.
Yeah, big shout out, and
There you go.
for upcoming artists or aspiring artists, man, like definitely check out his full story, because you never know, you really never know. Like, what if you chose a different label? It would have probably took you a different route or a
Exactly.
different direction.
Yeah.
So it's like, definitely go with your heart, and just, you know, fucking go hard every day.
Yeah.
That's right.
And, you know, just to add to that real quick, you know, GD didn't just introduce me to these, to Mikey for no reason. You know,
Yeah.
I was debating, because I had heard he made music. And so I was debating, I'm like, man, should I show him my demo or should I not? And, you know, I kind of went the direction I wanted to show him.
Yeah.
Kind of adding, you never know what's going to happen. So you kind of just have to put yourself out there for stuff to happen. You can't just kind of expect things to happen. If they do, great. But
Yeah.
you always have to be working towards something, because, you know, you have to move forward. You know, if you want to be successful in something, you got to move forward, because, you know, if not, you kind of get stagnant, and
Yeah.
stuff might not happen.
Everybody take notes right here from Camden, man. Network and keep on pushing your work, bro. If you're not pushing your work, nobody's going to do it for you. So it's not like they're going to come up to
Exactly.
your door and be like, hey, you want to be on the label today?
Right.
Don't work like that.
Yeah. No, real shit.
Yeah, and so now you got to a point where you were able to just do music full time. You quit your job,
Right.
and basically became like a touring artist.
Yeah, you know, between that and producing for certain artists, you know, I've got a studio at my house, so I record people if they need mixing or mastering, or just to produce a record, you know. So there's lots of ways to make music as an artist, man, and that's not, you know, known by exactly everybody who wants to pursue a career in music. They think it's always got to be record sales or touring, and you know, there's more to that, you know, merch and all this stuff. Like, there's lots of different ways, and you have to tackle them all as best as you can, you know.
Yeah. No, and that speaks volumes right there, because sometimes young artists, like, all they care about is fame. All they care about is wanting to be that big star or whatever. And honestly, like, only the 1% people get to that type of fame and that crazy money. The rest of the artists, their musics are still on the same platforms. They still have labels. They have everything that those big time famous people have, but it's on the same level. It's just different, right? It's very different, and it's everyday people, you know. And there's lots of ways to make money in this music industry. And it doesn't always have to be like the fame route.
Exactly.
You know, which is crazy. A lot of people always just think about being famous. I want to be famous. Once I'm famous, I'm gonna get it. My music's gonna go everywhere. And honestly, like, it doesn't really always work out like that.
Right.
Talking about producing, engineering up in the industry, talking about having your own in-house studio. Who have you worked with so far that reached out for you to produce or engineer some projects?
Right. So I've done on Mango Hill. You know, there was this cat s7e51, and I produced his latest track. And if I remember correctly, I think I produced 2 tracks. One of them's not out yet. Don't quote me on that, you know.
Okay,
But-
I won't hold you to it.
but as far as you know, Jason, you know, one of his latest singles, you know, he's released some dope covers since this single's come out. But there's a song called "Say," and that's a song I recorded at my house, and you know, the instrumental, and then of course, you know, Jason is one of the craziest, you know, songwriters / like lyricists that I've ever met. You know, even, you know, I've spent time with him in Miami and writing songs with him, and just the rhymes and the words that he comes up with out of nowhere, it's insane. You wonder, like, how does somebody think like that, right? But he put his lyrics on it. "Say" is the one of the songs I produced by him, and I can't give out any release date details, but there's one coming that I produced for him, and it is pretty dope.
There
It's
you
pretty
go.
dope.
That's
And,
right.
you know, other than that, you know, there's been, you know, I produced a rock song for this band called Good Child. It's my buddy Marco, who was in the Establishment with
Nice.
me, Mikey, all those fools.
Okay.
And really anybody that just, you know, it's mainly people in my circle that I'll work with, because, you know, while I've been gaining some traction, it's not enough for upcoming artists to necessarily reach out because there's great studios around, man. I mean, shout out to Penrose Studios. They have a crazy recording studio. Joey Quinones too. He's doing cats like Silvertone himself, and Penrose has the Charities. You know, there's other artists. I don't know how public the knowledge is, so I can't say everybody that's recording there, but a lot of people are going there in places like that, and so, you know, the people in my circle are really the people who I've been producing, and it's been great, you know, working with the homies and helping them achieve that music goal, you know, putting themselves out there, because otherwise, you know, maybe they wouldn't put a record out, or maybe their record wouldn't be as, you know, done properly, you know, I don't know.
A lot always goes into that. 'Cause when you do a project, you want to be able to cross all the T's, dot all your I's. You know, and sometimes a lot of people, and I've been in this situation where I just rush a project just to put it out, just because you want something to be out there.
Right.
And it's just, the production is horrible. It fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? And it's mostly like me doing my own stuff. You know, when I was coming out as a solo artist at first, I dropped one fucking album. I put my all into it, and then once the album came out, I was like, I need more. I need to drop more shit. And I produced a whole album by myself, and I just rushed it, and it was shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, to me at least personally, it was horrible. It wasn't my best work, and I learned from that. It's like, okay, you know, take your fucking time, like just do everything correctly, and put it out when it's meant to be put out.
Yeah, that's a big thing, man. Like, you know, you can't rush art. Like, that's, you know, you've heard it a million times. You can't rush art, man.
Yeah.
And it's tempting. It's tempting once you feel the love from people, and once you feel like the reception for your work. It's hard not to like want to put more stuff out.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like, you got to do it for you. And once you think it's all set, once you like it, it's good. But yeah, like, no, I feel that, you know.
100%.
Years ago, like before the Mango Hill stuff and stuff like that, like, I just wanted to put stuff out, man. And now it's sort of like, okay, hold on. You know, I see the schedules for my peers, like they have albums ready to go like 2 years ahead. I'm just like, shit. Like that, you're thinking that far ahead, dog. But that's the thing, you know. You gotta have that time, man, for a multitude of reasons, dog. And it's like, no, it's a real thing.
Yeah, 100%. And I this past year, I've been working with this collective of artists. We call ourselves the Soul Spitters, right? And we've been doing all kinds of dope shit. Each artist in the group are dope artists by themselves, and we just kind of just got together and started doing things. And you know, it's been like a opposite process. Like, we've been doing way more shows, big shows, all these shits, and we don't really have too much out yet, you know. But it was more of a process of like, all right, let's just see how this feels. Let's get the synergy out there, and let's just go out there and have fun. And now that we've seen, like, holy shit, this is working. Now we're in the process right now of working on the album and getting our logos and merch and everything. Just, you know, all the check sheets, you know, the whole check sheet, just going through the check sheet and making sure everything's ready, so that when we're ready to drop, we have already big shows under our belts. We have an album, we have merch, and we have big things going on in the future. So it's kind of been backwards, but it's been a really cool process.
Yeah.
You know, and in music, there's never really like the right way to do things, right? Like, people get from A to B different ways.
Completely different. Yeah, I think that's a big thing for aspiring artists. Is like, there's not a right way to do it.
Right.
Everybody's journey is different, you know.
Definitely.
And there's not going to be one thing to get you there. You can't compare yourself to other people.
Yeah.
That's like a huge thing, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a great line to come into this question for you, Cameron. Talking about you going back to your journey, in your music career. Have you found yourself always as more like a solo artist or more of a collective artist? Like what was your first band? If I can ask that question.
Yeah. Well, my first band, it was called Sweet Relief. And it was in Boston. Yeah, Sweet Relief. Yeah,
that's a great name.
Yeah. And you know, we're just some, you know, random rock band in Boston, but
fuck yeah.
Like, usually, you know, I just record stuff by myself, dog. But it was like, you know, it was so fun playing with Establishment, and oh yeah, it was really fun playing with the Establishment and stuff like that, because I'm looking for the lighter real quick. I got it. I got it right
Somebody's
here.
got
I
it.
got it right here.
I landed it to you, dog.
Yeah.
You had it.
There's 16 pockets here. Somebody got it.
Here, let me try this one.
Oh,
There you go.
You got that was my fault.
We're just throwing shit down.
There you go.
But
Chicken lad, baby.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think you have the most fun playing in groups because there's like that mix of personalities, right? But like when it comes down to it, it depends on what you're trying to do, And if you can find like a dope group of musicians to do, and you all share like a same vision, that's when you start to like, you're more in that collective mentality set.
Yeah.
But since I didn't grow up here, it was hard to find people trying to do what I'm trying to do. So it's sort of been a thing where I got to do it myself, And in doing that, that's when you meet more people. And so maybe in the future it's going to be more of like a collective thing. But right now, in the past few years, it's sort of been like a solo thing.
Okay.
But I've had the most fun doing stuff with other people. That's like where the fun's at, dog. But
No, definitely like sharing the stage with people that are going through the same things, the grind, the effort that you put into your craft is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing to share those good moments on stage and those bad moments,
right.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the same wavelength there, and
Yeah.
it's like, man, we all working hard. Fuck it, we did great tonight. Good job, guys. Or fuck, we suck today, or something. There's always something that happens, But it's always better to share that with a collective of people or people that you respect or friends.
Can you say that also helps you on with the inspiration of being an artist? Because, of course, like always thinking of new ideas and like, as you said, some artists that are planning their album like 2 years ahead.
Right.
Just keeping the creative activity like going in the process. Do you think working as a collective helps you on keeping the inspiration flowing as the determination you see in other people? It's just like, fuck yeah, like this is...
Yes and no. Yeah, yes and no. I mean, like, working with other people, when you come to a dead end in like sort of a creative way, somebody else can pick up the torch and keep running with it, right? And in that way, when you're working with a collective, you can just keep on, firing out ideas and stuff like that. But if your mentality is sort of, you have a specific way you want to do things, sometimes you don't want any friction, with other creative ideas. And so it's sort of sometimes better to, I don't know if it's more inspiring, but it's an easier workflow by yourself.
Okay.
But, bouncing ideas off of other people, it's definitely like, I think it's more inspiring, to have other people, the right people. That's more important. You can have,
people.
There you go.
one other person, but if they're the right person, it's going to be better than working with 5 people who aren't a good fit. You know what I'm saying? So
Straight up.
it's the right people that get you the inspiration, And you could be that person, but me myself, I think working with other people sometimes is more inspiring, the right people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a good way to
Definitely.
put it. Fuck yeah, Cameron.
Fellas, I believe we have some comments up
Oh,
there.
let's
Yeah.
run through them. All right, shout out to
Conversation's
everybody
flowing
on the
today.
YouTube. We got Ruthless G saying next up with a flame emoji.
I know
That's
who
right.
that is.
Hey.
Yeah.
Camden is the next one up. And let's see, what's the other comment over there? Ruthless following up saying, did you get that thing?
Oiled up yet?
Oh, okay.
That's GD. That's
Oh,
GD.
okay.
Shout out GD.
He's on his burner account.
Yes.
Shout
I
out
did.
to
It's
you,
probably a
baby.
Did we got anything out there on the Instagram world?
Yeah, so-
shout out to everybody on Instagram too.
We got DJ Nombre giving one of these right there. Shout out to DJ Nombre, man. Doing the damn thing. That man crazy. Make sure you guys follow him. And then Invincible 760. He said, "Yo, what up, fellas?"
Yo,
Shout out to
Triple OG
Tamale
Comics
guy,
in
man.
in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Have you got a chance to meet the Tamale guys?
No, not yet.
Triple OG Comics, super dope. Oh man, they've been killing it. They've been fucking killing it this year.
Yeah, they had a great 2024, that's for sure. I think a lot of people out here in North County had a great 2024
Yeah,
for sure.
I think so. Like, especially after that shitty like COVID year, it's like kind of stopped everything. Now it's like a slow restart. Now everything's kind of like, all right,
Yeah, everything's back
nice
in
and
motion.
oiled up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out GG.
That's crazy.
And, well, Camden, I gotta ask, bro. So, like, I know you've been working and doing solo projects. You've been working with people, but so far, what's your most popular track that you've worked on to this day?
It's Stringin You, Stringin You On Spotify, but You Heard Me on YouTube. But those are both from the same release, the same 45 on Mango Hill. So my first Mango Hill release has been by far the the most popular and well received record that I've put out.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome, man.
No music videos?
Yeah, music videos for both of them. Yeah, and they were both shot here in Oceanside. Yeah, right down the street from Oside Sports Bar and Grill.
That's right.
In front of a convenience store.
That was
Hell
your
yeah.
first time experience shooting a music video?
Yes, yeah. I mean, like a real music video. I had done some stuff for like an instrumental track a few years back where I just shot some shots of me playing guitar by my pool, but it wasn't like anything crazy. This was like the first, music video where, I had a nice camera. I had somebody
picked out.
Yeah. We shot both in the same night, and I had two outfits, so I went in my car and I changed for the second one.
That's
and,
right.
yeah, and shout out Chris from Associated. He
out.
let us use his lowrider for the video for You Hurt Me.
That's right.
And I mean,
Hell yeah.
there's nothing more to be said about that. It's a dope car. It was a dope car to have in the shoot, and we were just I think I picked Oceanside because it was a cool spot, cool spot, and I think it's cool to have some videos shot here. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of the homies are from here and stuff like that, and I don't know. It seemed right. It seemed right to shoot the videos here.
There you go.
When the vibes are right, man. Shout out to Associated Car Club.
Shout out.
Got it in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So we got Judy Funkster typing in on the Instagram live here. He said, "That ain't me, dog," with the face like that. So that's not his burner account. People, don't worry about it. And then
That's funny.
Louis Lope said, "Judy Funkster with the laughing emoji face." Player said, "Crazy Cam."
Yeah, shout out Danny from The Establishment. You know what I'm saying? And
Shout out.
Barcada, that's the new group.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then Anieto .760 said, "No sound, we can't hear," but I mean I can hear. So. And then
I can hear
Yeah.
it.
I can hear it.
It sounded good.
yeah.
Yeah, it sounded good.
But fix your shit 90s. Nice thing. Shout out to the homie 90s, man. He's doing the damn thing always. But yeah, man. We're super excited to see what else, what I'm saying, more success you can bring, like we hope all the best for you.
No,
And
thank you.
we're super excited, man. Like, is this your first tour or have you done multiple already?
So I've done 3 tours now with Jason. First one was in March, second in May, and then we did one in September. And that was my first time actually touring.
Nice.
My band Sweet Relief that we were talking about.
Yeah.
We did 3 shows in different towns in Boston, and we called it a tour.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a tour. It was
Right.
not a tour.
Right.
But with Jason, that was actually a tour. And man, it's such a trip when music can take you to these different places, even if it's it doesn't sound cool, but going from, Tucson, Arizona to El Paso up to places like Sacramento and everywhere in between, you see things that you would have never seen. I'm not going to take a road trip up to Fresno or Pioneer Town just because. But playing these places like Pappy and Harriet, seeing Pioneer Town and Santa Cruz and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome being able to play these places and have a purpose and being there. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
just driving through and on the tourist vibe.
Right.
Being an entertainer. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And it's like being on tour is a whole different type of responsibility, isn't it?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Cause like you're with the crew, you're with the team. It's not necessarily a vacation. You still have a job to do.
Right. Yeah. Even though it can feel like it sometimes, it can definitely feel like a vacation. Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. We just went down to Mexico City last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And man, if you want to talk about feeling like a vacation,
Yeah.
man, that felt like a vacation, man. I mean, that was probably my favorite place that we've been so far.
There you go.
But at the end of the day, we had a job to do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I've never heard the set sound better because for songs like La Vida Es Fria and Rose Gold and a couple others, we had a violin or a viola on stage playing the string parts for the songs. And sometimes, like, as a musician, when you have a live band put together, you can't replicate everything. If you're in a certain budget or whatever, like for my stuff, if I have horns on my songs, in these upcoming Camden shows, I won't be able to have the horns live because, the budget, as starting off, that's going to be, more money to be putting towards the live shows. But in this case, man, like having the horns and the strings, you hear it in a way that you've never heard it live before. Yeah. Even at practice, I was getting distracted. As soon as I heard the violins come in, I started fucking up on the guitar because I was like, fuck, I've never heard it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, besides the record, I've never heard the song like this. Yeah. And so it was like a completely different vibe. But yeah, man, like.
Especially for Mexico City, like, you got to go hard.
You got to go,
hard out there.
And the show was great. We played with Tito Ramirez. And
nice.
Sick.
Fuck, he's got such good music, man.
Yeah.
He's such a cool dude. Great music, and that's another part of it, man. Is just like you get, you have that vacation vibe part of it, but if you're also like, if you have other bands opening and stuff like that, it almost doesn't feel like work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely.
And that's the best part. If you have a job that doesn't feel like work, that's like the perfect situation because you get to listen to these other artists that are opening or whatever. And it just feels like you get to go to a free concert every day, even if you're the one playing it, because as musicians, we like to play music, like I feel like I can speak for most musicians when we feel like, we like to play the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
No, definitely. Like, people ask me all the time, like, yo, man, like, you're fucking always grinding, you're always doing this and that, you're always everywhere. Like, how do you do it? And I never used to know how to answer that question. But then I thought about it one day. I was like, man, I just love this shit. Like, I honestly just love every piece of this shit. The struggle, the fucking come ups, everything in between. Is just, you have to have love for what you do.
Yeah. If you don't, I mean, you can't fake the funk, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you're playing a certain kind of music or you're doing a certain kind of thing, you got to put your heart into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can hear it. You can hear it. Like, I've been to concerts, you can kind of feel when the people ain't into it. Either they've been on the road too long or they don't really, they're sick of playing a certain song or something. But you can also tell when somebody's like giving it all they got.
Yeah.
Those are the best shows. Those are the best like moments, Like you feel what they feel. And that's like what music's about, is like, transmitting a feeling, you know what I'm saying? It's not just noise.
Definitely. 100%, man. For me, I got a question kind of regarding Jason. Like, have you, you guys are really good friends, and for people, everybody keeps hearing Jason Joshua. La Vida Es Fria came out last year?
No,
2 years ago?
La Vida Es Fria.
It's been out already for a while?
I think that was 2020 or 2021, maybe even 2019. It was one of those years.
Yeah. And it just had like a big glow up, right? Like, it just blew the fuck up. It's been on everything. How has it been for you to like be a part of that moving forward? Like, that's, to me, that's gotta be pretty fucking awesome.
I mean, like I said, I was a fan of Jason before I linked up with him, and it's been a trip. I mean, you sort of have to keep like a level head when you're doing these things because you got to keep it professional, right? Yeah. But sometimes when you're on stage, like, Mexico City, for example, with the violins and everything, like it's kind of, it's almost sort of hard to believe sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, if you get in your head too much, you'll get distracted and you'll fuck up playing. So you can't think of it while you're on stage, but after the show, you're just like, I just did this shit. It's a trip. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a trip.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it almost doesn't feel real, but then, there's other way of thinking about it. It's like, we're all people, and this just happens to be a person that I met that makes dope music, and I get to make music with them and play with them, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a huge trip to be able to do that kind of stuff and get paid for it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I would have done that for free, you know, when a few years ago.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just like, yeah, it's a huge trip. And when you
definitely.
love the music, you know, when you love what you do, you know, it's priceless, you know.
Yeah. That's amazing, man. Definitely.
As they say, bro, you gotta count your blessings, 'cause, you know, like you said, like especially if you get an opportunity, you'll jump on it and you'll do that shit for free. But to get paid, that's that little extra bonus, man.
Yeah, you know, and
To do something that you love.
yeah. And in your career, man, there's going to be a ton of those times where you get to do something that you're like, oh man, I would do this for free and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it for free now, but at the same time, it's like, you know, we're doing jobs up there, man. We're entertaining and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and,
you
know,
gotta
it's
know
only,
your worth.
yeah, you got to make it worth it. But, you know, at the same time, it's like, you know, it's always worth it being able to play these songs and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just a blessing, you know, it's just another blessing to add on that I get to do this stuff. I get to get paid for it and stuff like that. And I would have never guessed that for moving from Boston, you know, like that was never a thought that came to my head, you know, moving here.
Oh,
you know?
definitely, man. Well, we're super excited for you.
Thank you.
And man, what do you have coming up if you can talk about it? Anything that the crowd out here can come and check you out?
For sure. You know, I have an album that I'm currently recording. It's about halfway finished right now. You know, we're working out the details for the second half and for artwork and stuff like that. So it's going to be a little minute.
Okay.
But as far as shows go, you know, we're trying to get some shows in December up in LA.
Okay.
You know, going and we got that ready. I got my players ready. You know, we got the material ready. We're going to be doing stuff that's unreleased.
Nice.
You know, and so it'll be a good time. But, you know, hang tight.
Yeah.
Hang tight because there is stuff coming. Just not this week, not next week.
Right.
Maybe next month. It's November now, right?
Yeah.
It's November still.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
so maybe next month. If not then January. It's a done deal. But
There you go.
in the next 2 months, there's going to be some shows coming up, and next year my debut album is coming out, and then after that it's just
Yeah.
gonna be a ton of
Sky's
stuff
the
coming
limit.
out. Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget we're here kicking it with Camden in the podcast today. So shout out to everybody on the YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that.
Hell yeah. And so we got player say La Vida es fría. And then official Primo Young said, yo, what up, dog?
Dude,
What up?
Yes, sir. And then we're good on the YouTube up there. Man, so how you fellas doing, man? You guys doing okay? It's fucking Monday, huh?
No, happy Veterans Day.
Happy
happy Veterans Day
Day.
to all the
Veterans
veterans
Day,
out there. We appreciate what you guys done for, you know, allowing us to be doing this podcast right here today.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech, baby.
Yeah.
You know, not everything is free in this world.
Mm.
Yeah, someone paid the price.
Speak.
Yep.
That's
Damn.
right.
That's why.
said
That's
that.
why. That's why I got spark one up, dog.
Fuck it up.
This one for y'all.
That's right.
Swear to God.
There it is. Camden, other than music, what else do you like to do?
Well, you know, I like photography a little bit. You know, I do some film photography. You know, I got some cameras. I got you know, one of those old rolly cord cameras. You look down into it, and the camera looks straight. You know, that's like my favorite one to take pictures on. But in Mexico City, Jason gifted me this Olympus. It's a point and shoot with like an old school light meter on it, and you know, I'm trying to work through a roll right now of that. It's a turquoise film.
Oh, damn.
And so like it turns like it changes the colors of certain things. So I'm
Right.
interested to see, you know,
that's gonna be sick.
what that does. But you know, besides photography, you know, those are my main two things that I do is, you know, music and photography. You know, I like to spend times, you know, with the homies and stuff like that, you know, just being with people, you know.
Yeah.
And
Are you a sports guy?
I'm not.
Nice.
Yeah, I used to be when I was in Boston, I used to be a hockey guy.
Right.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Boston.
Let's go Bruins.
Boston,
Shout
that's
out.
the word.
I said the Bruins.
There it is.
Yeah, shout out
Gotta
Bruins. You know what I'm saying?
gotta-
Maybe not the recent years, but hey, man,
Yeah.
like 10 years ago, the Bruins were killing it,
Yeah.
dog. I mean, so I visited my hometown a few years ago, and I watched live from a sports bar the Bruins lose the playoffs. Man, I've never seen a bar clear out faster than when they lost the
What?
fucking play. Yeah, man,
Damn.
it was crazy.
And then Boston sports are like they're super heavy into it. Like
Oh yeah, man.
they say like Philly fans are like super deep into sports, but I think Boston is right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know some diehard Celtics fans. I mean,
Yeah.
even though it's technically New England Patriots,
Right.
Boston claims the Patriots 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the Bruins, dog. I mean, the Bruins,
Yeah.
like I said, I can't vouch for them now.
Mm-hmm.
But even like 2 or 3 years ago, dog,
Yeah.
the Bruins were fucking killing it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Other than that, I'm not too up to speed with sports, man.
Sports, yeah.
What about you guys? You guys sports guys or what?
A little bit, but you gotta let me know what's the difference between New England and Boston, bro. Like I just thought it was a nickname for Boston.
Okay, like New England, fuck. Now you're putting me on the spot because I'm not a good
like San Diego to Oceanside type of thing.
It's bigger than that. Oh, actually,
Farther.
it's hard to tell because like dog, like California compared to like New England, like New England's so squished. Like all the states are so small, so it's hard to
Yeah,
tell. But like
yeah.
I know for sure, I believe it's like Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maine, and maybe like 2 or 3 other states are New England.
Oh, I see.
Oh, gotcha. So
Maybe
it's like
it's
the
like
whole
the-
region is. Oh,
What is it, like the 13 colonies? or
Yeah,
seven?
yeah.
I don't know, but I think that's New
I
England.
get it.
But Boston, they will rep
Yeah.
the Patriots like all day. That's
Yeah.
their team.
Wait, so where's the stadium at for the Patriots?
I think Gillette
Stadium.
Stadium is in Massachusetts. I don't think it's in Boston. I forget what town it's in, but it's in Massachusetts. So
Okay.
same state.
Gotcha.
same
All right.
state.
Hey,
Yeah.
you learn something every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole East Coast is a trip. The way like all the states are. And
There's so many in like just a small space, dog.
Right. Then
Yeah.
you see, and then you see, and you look, come out here in California and shit. You're like, God damn.
Yeah, no, California compared to all that shit, it's fucking huge.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, fucking Pittsburgh, all that shit. Foxborough.
Foxborough.
The GD Function said Foxborough.
See, he knows,
Massachusetts.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Foxborough. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, sports is a big thing. Just all sports, even if I don't understand it or don't know too much about it, I can always go to a fucking live game or something. you
Yeah.
know? Live games to me, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, I'm not a big baseball guy, but
Right.
take me to the ballpark, man. I'm in it. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I seen Lens there one time too, dude.
Yeah.
Like it just happened to run into each other.
Yeah. We met up at the bar. I'll see you at the bar on the 7th. Yeah, before they quit. All right, had a beer and all right, bro. I'll see you, man.
Right?
Hey Vic, are you surprised that Kim took that $2 million buyout and just continue on to the free agency from the Padres?
No, I'm not.
Business
I'm not
decision.
surprised, bro. Like, yeah, no. Let's move on from Kim, bro. He was a fucking bum.
That's right. Hell
That'd be
yeah.
crazy, bro. Fuck.
Yeah. Nah, but like for me a lot is sports, concerts
Mm-hmm.
and like DJ shit. That's like that rounds up my whole
Yeah.
like shit that I like. Like that's the one right there. But have you been able to check out the new stadium here in Oceanside or the arena?
Like the front wave, right?
Front wave.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been able to check it out.
Yeah. Have you heard anything about it? Have you seen anything?
It's my first time hearing about it. Yeah.
Really?
Say
Yeah.
what?
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, they just opened up a little while ago, dude.
Yeah.
What do they host? Like, what do they usually do there?
Well, they
Concerts.
it's like a
It's an
multi-complex.
arena, yeah. So
So they got indoor soccer. They got now minor league basketball,
Yeah,
which is
San
the
Diego
NBA
Clippers.
G League with the Clippers. What else they got, bro? They got concerts.
they have
Like
concerts.
I think El Recolo's gonna be there. Like
Oh,
after
yeah.
Thanksgiving, they just
Damn.
had Too Short there like 2
shit.
weeks ago.
You have different options to rent out the venue in many different ways. You can either
Super
use a
dope
smaller
place.
Oh,
patio
okay.
space, like the indoor, like small place, or just the big ass stage.
Oh,
They
dope.
really
Oh,
level it
yeah.
out. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
But
it's super dope.
You know what? They're right about it though, bro. There's no bad seat.
No,
There's no bad seat. Shit, bro. Honestly,
coming
like,
from the man that had the front row seats and shit.
yeah, right. The fuck you thought I was gonna walk into?
Yeah, but definitely put that on your radar.
Okay, yeah,
Especially
for sure.
if you're shopping for venues or something to add to a tour date or something.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
It'd be sick, bro.
Yeah.
in the town.
Man,
And
yeah.
you shoot us the
Time.
backstage passes.
Yeah,
we just
there you
shoot
go.
a kick
Yeah.
of
VIP.
live content.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, at the Too Short concert, I think Desi was a surprise guest. So
Yeah.
he
Desi
came out
Hollow?
and did his thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had Big Felony brought him out.
I knew it too.
I think we
like,
all kind of saw it
when
coming.
I saw the flyer, I was like, oh, a couple of people that he's worked with before. I was like, Desi's gonna pull up. He has to pull up. Like there's no other way, and he did. So good for him, man. That was definitely a really good moment for the city of Oceanside and Desi Hollow, man.
Yeah, for his career, I think so too, bro. Like
Yeah.
being able to like perform at the new arena in your hometown,
In your
fuck yeah, I'll
hometown.
take that any day.
Yeah, with some heavy hitters, like that's amazing, man. So shout out to
Dream-
Desi
Dream come
out
true.
there, man. Big support and big love to that man.
Yo, and I think to go back to the Bruins real quick, they're 7-2, bro. So that means that they won 7, lost 7, and tied
Tied
2.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
How far into it are they though?
The
Like-
season just kind of
the
started
season
like
just
this
Oh,
month.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'll always support the Bruins.
Mm-hmm.
I won't always like their current lineup, dog.
Right.
You know, they had a really good lineup. Like I said, 10 years ago, we had it might be longer, but we had Chara,
Yeah.
Luci's. Like
Yeah.
I'm just naming the people I would play on fucking NHL like 15.
Star team, though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, we had such a good team, and I miss Tim Thomas, our goalie. Now we have, I wasn't a fan of Tuukka Rask. He was like the new goalie back then.
Yeah.
Now we have this new goalie. I forget his name, but he sucks, dude. Like he gave up the whole. Like when I told you we saw them lost,
Yeah.
he gave all that shit up. It wasn't that we couldn't score goals or anything. He was just giving up, stuff that he shouldn't have gave up. And they never put the sub in. If they had done that, I think we would have stood a chance. But
Yeah.
And the
I'm gonna
goalie
blame
just
the
fucked it
coaches
up,
too.
huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna blame the coach too.
Just gave it all up and shit.
Yeah.
Well, we should all go to a game. What is it? Goals.
Oh, San Diego
out there,
Goals?
Goals there.
The Anaheim Ducks up the
Anaheim.
street. Yeah.
LA Kings. Even in Vegas, they got hockey.
Oh, Vegas? I'm
Oh,
down to go watch a fucking
yeah.
Knights game.
Yeah.
That's what they are, right? The
The
Knights?
Knights.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I've never been, but I heard it's fucking legit.
Go
I
gamble.
heard
real
it's pretty
quick.
dope.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And it's Vegas, like, Vegas slowly turned into like the entertainment capital of the fucking world right now.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least
100%.
in the United States, right? Because like they got everything there. Whatever your little heart desires, man, you can find it in Vegas.
You know what? I feel like Tennessee right now is like the new Vegas.
Tennessee too.
Yeah.
Tennessee
Yeah.
too? But Tennessee's been going forever though. Like they've always had a really good
Like music scene, for
music
sure.
scene.
Yeah.
And then the stadium right there in Tennessee, it used to be called Nissan Stadium. I don't know what it's called now, but it's just like you just go over the bridge and you're downtown. Fucking all the music. They got bars that have three fucking stories of just stages
fuck?
and shit. Fools are rocking out. It's pretty badass. Pretty badass. Tennessee is always fantastic. But man, that's what I love. The sports and music go together. It goes together, and you can't miss. Like I do a lot of DJ gigs where I try to get it centered around a sports event or a sports gig or something. And
Right.
it never fails to have some success right there. So
Right.
shout out to the sports.
Shout out. And you can't forget about the food. You can't forget about the alcohol.
Oh yeah,
Can't forget about the ladies either.
and the camaraderie. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
experience of it,
He
man.
said, and the ladies.
The whole vibe.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, guys, we are here at the Kick It Lab podcast. For everybody that has been tuning in on the Spotify, listening audio version only, man. Thank you for kicking it with us right here. And shout out to everybody on the YouTube and the Instagram live, man.
That's right. Don't forget, we're right here with Camden, straight kicking it on a Monday. Happy Veterans Day.
That's right.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Camden, tell us a funny story that happened on this past tour, man. If you can share.
Let's
Hear a
get
funny
it.
story.
Funny story, a crazy story, oh shit moment, like
Tour stories are always
Okay,
the best.
man, I don't know if I have any funny stories, dog,
Right.
but I have some oh shit moments for
There you
sure,
go.
dog. We were in Philadelphia and we were in some Airbnb, and me and Jason are chilling in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "I just got a DM from Alicia Keys."
Oh damn.
What?
Yeah, and she had been a fan of his album, not his first album, the second album, the latest album, and you know, we were on the East Coast. She saw we were on the East Coast, and she's like, "Hey, I have the surprise party that I'm doing. It's for my husband, Swiss Beats.
Yeah.
And I love your stuff. He loves your stuff. It'd be great if you did this surprise party and you were the entertainment and stuff like that."
Wow.
And it was just like, we had all of our flights booked to go back, like every band member to go back home. And then, as soon as he got that, we had to know, like, hey, can you do the show with everybody in the band? Can you do the
Yeah.
show? Can you do the show? And it just happened to work out. And man, we played this show, and Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats were just like
Crazy.
7 feet away from me,
Wow.
dancing as we were, doing La Vida Es Fria and
Yeah.
I Don't Care and stuff like that. Swiss Beats even grabbed the mic and,
Damn.
he told people, he's like, pay attention. He's like, you guys don't understand what's happening right now. He's like, you guys need to film this song. You guys need to post this song. He's like, you don't realize what you're seeing right now. And it was
crazy.
just like, that whole day was just like, even leading up to it, just knowing that she wanted us to play up until we actually, got to meet her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was the oh shit
That-
moment
that-
of that
that-
tour,
Yeah. Alicia Keys calls, man. You drop everything.
Hell
man.
yeah,
Right.
dude. You're like, fuck the flight.
that flight.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's super awesome right there. Fun fact: did you know that they live here in San Diego?
La Jolla, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and shout out Goldie. They always go out and check her out and hang out with her while she's spinning.
Oh, word.
Yes, sir.
I think I saw Goldie at Same
Yeah.
not too long ago. Yeah.
Yep. Shout out Goldie, man. She's killing it. Make
Shout
sure
out.
you guys follow her and go check her out, man. Vinyl sets, man. Those are awesome. Those are super dope.
Yes, man.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Camden, any last words from you to the people out there that you want to share with them?
I'd say just, check out my music. That's Camden. You can put a period at the end of it. That's what it's spelled with Spotify, Apple Music, and all that.
There you go.
Oops.
There you go.
And on Instagram, it's Music by Camden, all one word. And check out Mango Hill. Check out my releases. Check out the Mango Hill artist releases. We got a lot of good music on there. And just enjoy. If that's your thing, then great. If it's not, whatever. Music is it's like I said, it's for you.
Mm-hmm.
And we made all this music for us, but people seem to like it, so check it out.
That's right.
Oh yeah, everybody check out Camden.
And then before we get off this podcast here, any shout outs that you want to give out, man?
Yeah.
We'll give you the floor, and
Yeah.
you can go ahead and.
Go down the whole entire list, bro.
Right. Man, well,
He's like, I was ready for this.
yeah. I'll get my notepad.
Yeah.
First of all, shout out GD Funkster, for starting that journey. Mikey Charlie from the Establishment, getting my reps in for doing live shows and the connections. Shout out Debo from Funk Freaks,
Shout out.
putting me on the Street Soul Volume 1, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Diego from With Strangers, we share a vinyl, that's how the brotherhood starts.
There you go.
And shout out Jason Joshua for giving me an outlet, for putting me on the label, and giving me the resources to record an album and put out dope music.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
There it is, man. Shout out
right.
to all those people right there. All amazing people.
All amazing.
Yeah, definitely. But shout out to them, man. Shout out to you guys out there watching the Kick It Labs podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe on the YouTube, man. Go ahead and hit that little button right there, and you'll get a real-time shit going on like this where you could tune in and ask your favorite artists questions and stuff while we're on the podcast. So definitely check it out.
That's right. Everybody like, share, subscribe. to Kick Labs on all major platforms. Don't forget, check out Camden coming out with projects 2025, and we'll see you about next month. Keep tuning in.
Yeah, and with that being mentioned, you can catch us around next time. Yo, thank you for stepping with us, step talking up with us, step kicking it.
Hey.